Ladies and gentlemen, we're so thankful for you watching because it's time for the Rob Corley Show. Tonight, it's our after Thanksgiving show. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your hosts for this special evening, Mr. Rob Corley. Hi everybody. My name is Rob Corley. How are you doing? This is the Rob Corley Show. And now I know you're probably wondering, the first thing you're wondering, hey Rob, what happened to this big, goofy looking, dorky entrance that you usually make when you're introduced? Well, I decided to skip that and get right down to the business of the show tonight. And what that is, well, first of all, let's say it's been about maybe 2 or 3 weeks since we last shot an episode. The last episode we shot was at the beginning of November. This was right before the election. And yes, I do know what happened in the election, but I'd rather not talk about that right now. Maybe I'll talk about that in a later episode, later on down the road. But tonight I just want to take some time to talk about a few things. And one of them is, the first thing I'd like to talk about is the fact that we celebrated or recognized Thanksgiving on this past Thursday. And Thanksgiving is usually the time where we remember the first settlers here in the United States. The first settlers known as the Pilgrims, where they came and they settled in the land, and they had their first Thanksgiving by having a big feast that for some reason involved a big bird that was called a turkey. And how they prepared it, I don't know. But anyway, ever since then, every Thursday, every third Thursday in November, we've gotten together with our families and brought and prepared all this food that we eat. And as fun as that is, I have to mention what I believe the real importance of Thanksgiving is. And do any of you have any idea what that might be? Well, it has to do with family. And it's important to have family around during Thanksgiving and really any time of the year, because family is one of the most important, if not the most important thing that we have in our lives. Our families are our support system for anything that we want to do or accomplish in our lives. They're there to support us, to build us up, to encourage us to do all the things that we wish to do in life. And I honestly have to say, without family, where would we be, you know? But we really do need to take the time to say thank you to our families and appreciate our families more, because we often take our families for granted because we think they're always going to be there. And we have to realize that one day all of our family and people that were there for us aren't going to be there one day. One day we're going to have to go out on our own and do our own thing. And we won't have them to easily turn to. So be thankful for your family, and don't take your family for granted, because you don't know when they won't be there. Another thing I wanted to talk about here was well, let me see, what do I want to talk about? Well, maybe first I should address the fact that I'm not wearing a suit or a sport jacket over a shirt. I'm actually wearing a sweater. Oh, I don't know if this is a sweater, but it's it's a shirt. I got my sleeves rolled up here, and I'll be doing this more towards as we get closer to the Christmas and Hanukkah holiday. And oh yeah, since now that Thanksgiving is over with, now we're moving on into the post-Christmas portion of our holiday season, and that usually takes place right after the 24th. In this case, it was the 24th of November, after Thanksgiving, through December 25th. And that is usually the time where lots of people go around trying to find gifts for people to give to people on Christmas or before Christmas, or maybe even after Christmas if you're one of those shoppers that always waits until the last minute to go out and get a gift for somebody that you know you could have got maybe weeks or maybe even months in advance. That's how this usually works. And then it's crazy how you know what the crazy thing about the holidays is now, especially with Christmas. I noticed this year they had Christmas stuff out in, like, I think it was late September, and they had Christmas stuff out. Not even it wasn't even Halloween. Halloween hadn't even passed this yet, and they already had Christmas things out in the stores, on the shelves, on display. Can you believe that? I mean, I get if they were on display maybe a week or so before Thanksgiving, but this wasn't even Christmas. I mean, Halloween hadn't even gone by yet, and we'd already started seeing like sleighs and sort of blow-up globes and things like that, and all kinds of Christmas decorations. I mean, yeah, I understand the stores want to promote Christmas. That's fine, but you should wait till at least after Thanksgiving to start doing that. I mean, after all, people do start thinking about Christmas after Thanksgiving. Well, I guess now we think about it before Thanksgiving. But yeah, I guess one more thing, and then we'll continue with whatever activities we're going to do for the rest of this program here tonight. I do want to mention that a certain popular person, I would even consider to be as maybe a famous person, celebrated a birthday on the 25th of November, and I have to say that this person is not male, but is a female, is a singer. She can play the guitar, she writes music, lyrics, and you know what? She even has her own show on her YouTube channel. Maybe you heard of it. It's called The Jamie Grace Show. It's hosted by this girl by the name of Jamie Grace. Now, that's it might not sound very out there. I mean, believe me, this show is named after me. It's basic. The Rob Corley Show, the Jamie Grace Show. I mean, it's hard to find names that are really original nowadays, because people take stuff from other people's stuff and just do whatever they do with it. But anyway, I believe she turned 25 on the 25th. Isn't that amazing? On the 25th of November, the 11th month of the year, Jamie Grace turned 25 on the 25th day of the month, on the 25th day of November. Not the 25th day of the year, because that would have been like back in January, somewhere like that. If it was the 25th day of the year. But yeah, anyway, for me, I just wanted to wish her a happy, well now I have to say happy late birthday, because we didn't tape this before Thanksgiving. But and if any of you out there are celebrating a birthday tonight or the next day, or whether it was yesterday, maybe it was last week, I just want to say happy birthday to you. In fact, happy birthday to everybody. Yes, Jamie Grace, if you're watching, happy birthday. She's probably not, but yeah, it was worth a shot, wasn't it? Just to say happy birthday to a singer, fellow singer. And sometimes I sing, but you guys know that's not too often. But anyway, what am I doing? Am I just yabbering on about nothing again? Well, this is not like the usual beginnings of the show. This is not a usual show because, first of all, I wasn't standing back there doing some kind of phony monologue or something where I try to think of something to talk about and I couldn't really get my thoughts together, you know, so I go babbling on about nothing. Wait, kind of like what I'm doing now. Yes, yeah. Why don't we, okay, here, let's do this. Why don't we take a little break, and then when we come back, we will do something interesting, okay? Alright, thank you very much for watching. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Hey everybody, welcome back to probably what is most likely the most boringest portion of this show that you will ever see in the history of this run, or maybe one of them anyway. But anyway, moving on. A lot of people have been talking about this, and I feel like I should mention this because I feel like everybody's talking about it except me, so I will now. The very first trailer for, remember when I was talking about a few episodes ago about the Beauty and the Beast being 25 and that they were going to make a new live action movie sometime next year? Actually, they're working on it right now, but the very first official trailer came out for it maybe, I guess, about a week or so ago, and I saw it and I actually liked it. Now, the thing I didn't really get too much of were the inanimate objects. Now, in the animated film, the inanimate objects look like, they look like, you know, inanimate versions of people. But in this case, they just look like the regular things, teacups and stuff that we usually see. So, anyway, they don't just jump out at me. And, but overall, I like the trailer. I can't wait for the film to come out. I will make it my plan to see it when it does come out. And I will, as I said before, I will let you know more about it as I get more updates about it. So, with that being said, hey, do we have time to, how we're doing on time? Because I really want to do the thing that we plan to do. The only one thing we plan to do, and we might not have time to do it. Oh, we do have time to do it. Okay, so just recently, the Finding Dory, you remember, came out this past summer. I think it was in June or July or sometime in there. And it just was released on Blu-ray and DVD. And there is a game involving Dory. Well, it has Dory in it, sort of, and it has it's a matching game, basically. And I want to show you this matching game before we go. So I will stop yapping along and I will show you the game. Here we go, folks. Okay, it's Dory's memory game. And it says, collect star rings to earn chances to play. We have to match 2 cards to remove them from the board here. And any image we uncover, it'll be saved in the gallery. Cool. Alright, let's get this show on the road, people. There's our fancy little board there. Let's start here. I can't remember who that is, but that's not a match. We have 5 tries, so. No, that's Nemo. Who is this? That's a match. Yeah, and that's a match. Oh, I think I know who this is going to be already. See, that looks like Nemo right there. Oh, okay. Can we get this picture? Looks like it. And it looks like it is both Marlin and Nemo. Look at that. They look happy together, don't they? Aww, father-son moments. Well, everybody, that is about all the time we have for this special after Thanksgiving show tonight. I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks to all the viewers. Thanks to all the subscribers on our YouTube channel. Just a big thank you to everybody. And to stay tuned for our next episode where we'll be doing the normal things, unusual, and I will be making